Now? Wait, you want some food? Oh, it's a good girl. Oh, it's a good girl. She pretty much always rides like this now. It is so amazing. She likes to sit up there with her front paws in that exact position, almost like a human holding onto the dashboard. So because of that, I had to kind of stuff blankets and pillows in here, and it's kind of a seat for her. But as soon as I start the engine now, she jumps up and assumes this position and loves to just stare straight out when I'm driving. And she actually, like, when I'm on the highway, she just stares straight forward and just loves it. Yesterday at 11:40 p.m., it felt like somebody was climbing on the ladder of my motorhome. You know, I've always said this before, I never wanted a ladder on my motorhome. Somebody asked me if I was going to put one on Dora, but the problem with ladders is it's easy for you to get up, but it's also easy for anyone else to get up. Anyways, it felt like there was someone quite heavy climbing on my ladder because the entire motorhome shook up and down, left and right, forward to back, like, and I could hear the walls, you know, creaking because it was shaking. And I thought, oh my God, I can't believe this. I opened the door, pissed off, looked up, and there was no one there. I was so confused because I was parked in an area where there was no one else. I go on to Facebook a minute later, 2 minutes later, and well, turns out it was an earthquake. By now, a lot of you have already heard this, especially those who follow my Facebook page. But there was a 4.9 magnitude earthquake just off the coast of Victoria on Vancouver Island, which is right across the water from Vancouver. And pretty much all of Metro Vancouver woke up if they were in bed at 11:40 last night, because it was amazing how 4.9 can shake, and people were the reports were coming in from everywhere, apartment buildings and houses. Everybody says it was shaking like crazy. And meanwhile, the best way I could describe it in a motorhome is that it felt like, you know, it felt like I was driving over a speed bump like I just did right there. Only it was about 4 or 5 speed bumps. So it was like a string of speed bumps all in a row. And then it just stopped. It was about 10 seconds. So I've said this before and I'll say it again. Living in a motorhome, one of the biggest advantages to it, especially if you're on the West Coast, is that you are fairly earthquake proof because your entire home is built on shock absorbers. So I mean, obviously if you're parked underneath a skyscraper or a bridge or something that might fall on you, that would be the only real hazard. But your house itself is not so much the hazard at all. Or if the road opens up and you fall through a crack or something like that. But you know what, that can happen no matter where you are, whether you're in a house, in a car, or just walking down the road. So you can't worry about stuff that you can't prevent. But I don't have to go running to a doorway because it doesn't matter where I am in my motorhome. It's all built on giant shock absorbers. So kind of scary, but also kind of relieving. What you looking at? What's all that coming down the windshield? That, ladies and gentlemen, is not rain. That is the frost on my roof above the windshield melting because I'm parked in the sun. What are you doing, kitty? You gotta move. Okay, gotta move. There you go. Where I was parked, it went down to -2 degrees last night. So we finally went below freezing, even down here in the city. Just a little bit below freezing, but enough to create frost and ice. Apparently it's going to get above freezing today. It's going to go up to, I think, +1 or +2 at the most. Like, just barely reach above freezing down in the city. So this is good news to me because, well, I'm going to be busy at work, but all that glorious snow up on the mountains is not going anywhere, and sticking around for a while, so I have no complaints. Of course, I know all of you in central and eastern parts of the country are gonna start laughing about how wimpy we are, because we're only a couple of degrees below freezing. Meanwhile, in like Winnipeg, it can be minus 20, minus 30. I mean, come on, guys. We're not used to it being below freezing around here, so when it gets just a little bit below, everybody freaks out. It's funny. Oh, look at all this steam coming off my windshield now. There's a lot of fog, too. That looks neat. In one direction, it's clear blue skies and snow-capped mountains. In the other direction, it's fog and a cat sniffing the camera. What are you doing? Stay over there.
From the News 1130 Weather Center now with meteorologist Russ Lacate.
Well, there's no inclement weather expected to get in the way of your New Year's Eve celebrations, but you might want to bundle up against the chill, because even this afternoon, our temperature leveling off at around +2 under a mostly blue sky. There's no wind at all tonight. There's no cloud cover. It'll be clear and under the stars. The low is around -5. Now for New Year's Day, beautiful and sunny tomorrow, but still frosty cold. The midday high is +4. In the News 1130 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Russ Lacate.
Hey everyone, I am just pulling into the Home Depot for some finishing wood trim to go around my door, the new sliding door. See all the trees? They're all white. There's no snow though, that's just from frost. We've been dropping below freezing, especially overnight. Only a little bit, like -2, -3, -4 degrees, but enough to make the frost. And the whole city has been socked in with fog, but up on the ski hills it's been nice and clear. But nothing too bad, not that cold, nothing I'd have to worry about like tanks freezing or anything. Hey, you don't look impressed. What's going on, baby? Yeah, good girl. You keep an eye on the house. Be right back. Hey. Maybe I should get that washer and dryer. No more laundromats. Ha ha ha. My God, this trim cost about 60 bucks. But you know, it's the same trim that I have in there already for the above the cabinet, so I have to make it all match. I don't want to cut corners and get cheaper trim and not have everything match. So, here we go. All right, I also got some thin plywood to put up along the existing valances so that we can properly attach the new wood to it. I'm just going to leave the existing valances there and we're going to put the wood right over top of it. But the top section of the valances was pretty thin, like almost cardboard thin behind the upholstery, so it wasn't secure enough to nail in the new beadboard paneling. So we're going to go over it with thicker wood. There's Emmy doing what she does best. She loves car rides now. Hey, good girl. Good morning, everyone. It is 9:58 a.m. and I just woke up because I have to go to work. And it's snowing. Look at this. It finally happened. How many times have I been saying, why won't it snow down in the city? It's always just up on the mountains. And I know to a lot of you that live in the central part of the country and eastern part of the country and who are used to this all the time. But you see, for Vancouver, this is rare. And I love it. Not enough sticking on the roads to be any problems or anything. But some people on Facebook were already saying the city's going to shut down for the next couple days. So we'll see how it is. But I think it's just beautiful. Hey, what do you think, Kitty?
Leftover cold air from the weekend helped to trigger some of the snow showers early on this morning. Now they'll continue to taper off, and for the afternoon hours, it may completely dry out with some leftover clouds and a downtown high near +4. But it's not exactly the start of a big warming trend just yet. I mean, tonight's low is -2. I've still got some wet snow and freezing rain mixed in the forecast for tomorrow morning. Very slick conditions early Tuesday, but changing to rain showers tomorrow afternoon, the high +3. In the News 1130 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Russ Lacate.
Time now for the News 1130 Market Minute, brought to you by Open Road Audi.
Alright, so we're going to get above freezing today and tomorrow, but overnight it's going to go below freezing still, so maybe we'll see a little more snow. Who knows?